I clicked
Alright,
too
It's
early.
right.
we've begun recording, and now I'm gonna watch the stream.
What can you see now?
No.
I can see a loading screen.
I can see your screen share.
Excellent.
Right. So you can see. It's full screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
good.
Well, I can't see
Hold
your
on.
PowerPoint. I can just see your screen share screen. It's like a screen
So
share
Wait,
end
what?
your stream and try again.
Yeah.
Oh my
You should-
god.
PowerPoint window.
Screen.
Click on your like your browser first, and then when you, it has to also.
PowerPoint. Oh,
Oh, I'm old. Right, go live.
yes.
Okay, I'm loading.
It's the
Okay.
Dunkachino Discord call, and they all have to say Dunkachino, and it just slows down.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh boy.
So this is full screen, yeah? Is this all perfect?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Okay, good.
As long as there's supposed to be empty space at the top and to the left, then we're good.
What? Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh.
Station mode.
This. Why that? What? All right, hang on. No, wait, no. Let me change windows. It should be this one. No, that's no.
Sure.
What? This is the
Hold on.
presentation, by the way. It's just this.
Okay.
Hang on, let me try something to help you.
I have an issue. Don't worry.
It-
It's good enough. We get the whole
Can you
presentation
go to the
screen.
Can you go into the present mode for it, Ciaran?
I'm in the present mode.
If you look at me,
Oh my
Is it-
god.
like full screen.
What is happening?
Let's see what's happening on Mike's.
This is golden. That was great. Love
Mike's
that.
is just
Wow,
endlessly
it's
loading.
It's doing the same thing, I think.
I can't
I
see.
don't
using
see
Google.
jack shit.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing for me then. That's just wonderful.
There we go.
Oh, wow,
Oh,
We saw a little snippet.
I saw taste. We saw
so
taste.
what you're saying,
Why is
I'm
this
excited.
I know
so
what
different?
Mike is presenting.
I
Oh,
can't
you
wait.
already knew I was gonna do Warrior Cats. I've said it before that I was gonna do it.
I can't wait for that dissertation to come out.
I'm thinking with you, Ciaran. Tried to see if we could get it to work.
Hold on. Let me try it. Let me try mine here. But also, fair warning, mine's in a Google Doc, so let
Mine-
me see here.
Too.
Share screen. Well, here, take me here.
Shit.
Give me at
Okay,
60 frames
screen
per
share.
second. Let's be reserved. Give me the internet browser, and
See, Inca Rose.
can we see this, guys?
Yeah, we're
I can
good.
see that.
If I go to this, can you guys see it?
Hold on.
Yes.
It seems to be loading.
Is it like a
Whoa.
full
Shit, but it's not on present mode for me.
Yeah,
It's not? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can switch it.
Can someone check on mine right quick?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
Same
so
issue, Logan.
bad at
Yeah, yours is
fucking
good. Yours is good.
streaming.
Yours is a full. Ah!
Oh, okay.
Does it say Warrior Cats?
And why it's good, neither good
Guys,
or
the
bad.
good or bad presentation by Michael Simping for Bloodhound Michael.
Fuck yeah! So that means I got it.
Ah!
I figured
Oh,
Close your stream. It's going nuts.
out.
There we go.
boosting out, man.
If you just share your entire screen rather than a window, fine. But otherwise, it's.
This is going great, y'all.
I mean, we're
So good.
trying to figure it out here. So, Ciaran, if you just do screens like here, and then open it on presentation.
Oh wait, hang on. Wait. Let me try this.
All right, let's watch screen. Okay. There it is.
Perfect.
You're 5H9. Uh-huh.
5
Welcome. Not even fitting on the fucking thing.
Okay. The plan. Oh my goodness. This is a voice crack and a half. The plan for this was for it to be a surprise, but you might have seen.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but
yeah,
it's fine.
okay.
I won't say anything. I'm very excited for this.
That's okay, right? So this is a bit of an experiment because I've not used a lot of these PowerPoint features ever, and well, the topic you'll see. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna tell a story. This is a story presentation. I hope you'll learn a lot about the topic and also about yourself because it's a story of inspiration. I hope that it will inspire hope in you, but it's a story of betrayal, grief, and a bit of comedy. So just hold on to your hats because it should be entertaining. So this is, as some of you have already seen, a story of a particular person, a particular man with whom we all may be familiar. And this man, he's had a great effect on all of our lives, and it's of course Old Man Eat Paint. Now, by now, I think we're all familiar with the story. So this old fella, he famously indulged in what he thought was a large bucket of yogurt, but of course was a bucket of paint. Now, on the surface level, this is just a funny little story, but I like to think of it a bit deeper. I like to analyze it. I think it evokes kind of biblical, mythological themes, analogous maybe with trying to invade the heavens with and reach the gods with the Tower of Babel, or even Icarus' wings melting when he flew too close to the sun, illustrated here. But all may not be as it seems. Okay, right, I need to take a break here because at this point in the presentation, I would have told you how the man is actually a prankster and he didn't actually eat paint and he just did it to go viral because that's what I thought the story was. But it turns out that it actually was real. So this presentation became moot basically. So I just had to improvise from this point. So yeah. Turns out that Old Man Eat Paint actually he was a good sport about the whole thing. They had to call poison control, but it turned out that he was okay. He's got a bit of an iron stomach, and he was very happy that people kind of took joy out of his own misfortune. But who is he? Let's dive. Let's do a bit of a deep dive into this mystery man. His name is Bobby, and this is real. And I know this because I met him. But so
What?
this is not him on the right. I've just
Thank
this
you.
this is a warning. This is covering up the screen. Basically, I'd like to warn you all because what you are about to see it is quite graphic. It might be. It's a bit violent. It's potentially upsetting for some viewers. So I just wanted to check that that's okay, and I can show you what I found. Basically, I met him, and I asked him about the famous picture, and things got a bit heated. Turned into a bit of a scrap, and I started recording, and this is what happened. Anyway, at that point, he was subdued, and that was all I was able to find out. But I did a bit of research, and he's actually an influencer on Instagram. 90 years young, retired psychiatrist. Hobbies include eating yogurt, writing music, and he likes making people laugh. What else do you know about him? Sith Lord, perhaps. That was his latest post. That was a few weeks ago, and oh shit! Oh my god! Fucking hell, Yoda, watch out! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm really sorry. I think we might have just witnessed a death. He's also a bit of a musician. No idea if you can hear that.
Nope.
But okay, take my word for it. He's like Elton John. He's a bit of a cheeky shit poster, as you can see, and he's an ally. He's an ally, isn't that nice? Blackout Tuesday.
Oh, what a king.
And he even has his own little action figure. So I think Action Man, you can step aside.
Man.
I think if I ever have kids, I know what I'll be. Oh, what's oh, okay, Action Man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sick. I haven't planned for the. Oh my God. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh Jesus. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Right, anyway. At that point I got bored, so that's it. That's the end. End of slideshow.
Incredible.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I
Terrible.
Oh, you got a bit muffled there, buddy.
It was real. So, and I'd already committed to it, so I just had to improvise.
It's very good, Ciaran. I liked it a lot.
That was really
you.
good.
Very good.
Jenna is the teacher today, so Jenna gets to decide the grade.
Fuck you. Why am I the teacher? You get an A+ gold star, young man.
Oh,
I don't know. You're only 9, so I can't reprimand you.
Yeah. thank you.
Okay.
Although you get like 1 point off because I was drinking Coke at one point and I forget what slide it was, but it made me laugh and it went up my nose and it hurt me. And so
I didn't realize also, so I watched some of the presentations while I was halfway through, some of the last ones, and it turns out that Donald and I had like the exact same first screen. I promise you that was a complete coincidence.
Sure.
I think you cheated.
Oh.
Okay. For the next presentation, Michael, how many slides do you have?
Oh my god.
I mean, I can't really say because it's like a bunch of. It's just the same slide, but with effects on it.
Okay, so then I know mine are mostly like I'll go, then you, then Mac.
Okay.
Okay, valid.
That's fair.
All right, let me get mine set up here. Okay.
Mine are just all pictures.
The answer, by the way, to the question is 137.
my God.
It's not 137 slides with information. It's just one like little bit of extra info so I could tap through it and have it comedic timing because I'm funny. At least I hope I am because
Dude, with the tools without making a whole new slide though.
yeah, but here's the thing, Jenna. I've never really used PowerPoint in my life because as a kid, I never had PowerPoint. I had to do it with Google Slides, and I
Can you
couldn't
see
really
my Google slide full screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see my pointer?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Oh wow! Even with a pointer, holy shit!
Man.
I know. I went full out. Now, I will forewarn you before we start. I like to do like text on the screen to remind me, so my presentation might not be visually interesting. But what I have to tell you, this story is just god damn it. That's all I gotta say. So,
I'm very excited.
welcome to The Urza Saga, A Legacy of Bastardry. I'm talking to you with slides. This isn't by me. This is important lore. The story of Urza was the story of Magic the Gathering for the first 15 years of its inception. Like, so from 1993 to 2008, it was, hey, look at how this bastard fucked everything up. Like, this fucking sucks, right? So, here's some important lore you gotta know in the back right away. What is a planeswalker? They are powerful. They're probably old as shit. They probably nearly died. You have to be 1 in 100 million to have a spark to be a planeswalker, and you have to experience trauma, like a bad childhood, or probably nearly dying to have that awaken. pre or post mending. We won't get into that one. Color identity, all the different presentation all together. What the fuck is a Dominaria? It's big Earth, huge, mega, Jupiter size. Things happen there. We're focusing on this continent for like 4 slides. Most importantly, everything that happens here will happen across all of existence at some point because it's the Nexus, which is like kind of bullshit, but whatever. Here it is. This is the map. I stole it from Google. We're focusing on this continent, but also not this continent because this is very, very, very at the end of everything. So, yikes. Who is Urza? He's a dude. He's this dude. He's the, I guess you could call him the Lord High Artificer, but he's a bastard, and this is his brother Mishra, also a bastard. His parents hated him and his brother, so they were like, yo, get the fuck out of our house, go apprenticeship to this person who never got represented in a card, so I have no picture for him. But their name is Tokasia, and they're an archaeologist, and they were like, whatever, just go learn about, like, machines or some shit. And they found this thing in the desert called a power stone, which is like a real-world equivalent of a uranium rod. And both of them wanted it, and so they ended up using laser beams to fight each other, and they ended up killing their teacher. And then they got really mad at each other because they both wanted the power of the uranium rod to this is where we get into the oh no. They both wanted the power, and then they fought for approximately 42 years. And then Urza activated a bowl that activated the apocalypse that killed his brother and ruined the planet. That's how we get. Oh, here's some stuff. Here's some cards, some art fictions. This is where they found the stone, which is represented here. And this is the one that Urza got. And this stupid one with the fucking dog is the one that Mishra got. And this is the bowl that started the apocalypse. It's pretty dope. Some things happen. The Ice Age. I can't look at the span of years without laughing. So, for 2,330 years, a lot of shit goes on. Some categories, the Dark Age. Horrible shit happens. Someone destroys a place with a frisbee. Then the Ice Age happens because shit gets frozen. Some people are born. They're not really that important. Baron's important. He's cool. Freyalise is a cool elf. She gets a planeswalker spark, and then she fucking dies. Because she closes off the country like Woodrow Wilson, but like the whole plane from the multiverse, and then she gives up her spark to end it. So like I don't know why the fuck she did that. But the day at this Null Moon Summit, not important. But wait, what is our boy up to? Being a bastard for the most part. He's sad because he killed his brother. Boo-hoo. He's so sad. He meets this homunculus whose name I can't pronounce. They go to this place called Phyrexia because she's like, yo, it's dope. Turns out she was made by this fucking Phyrexian people. It's not dope. It's all machines and bones and flesh and nightmare. So he goes crazy. And then he goes to hang out with this cool angel who's super dope and fixes his mind. As depicted here. Here is Nightmare Bone Place that you don't ever really get to see. Cool floating castle. And Sarah. All my homies love Sarah. She's cool. Then it floods. Stupid, boring. Urza's vibing. Then a bunch of shit. Nothing happens of like 200 years or some shit. But he loses his mind again while vibing, trying to find out about the Phyrexians. And he tries to form a utopian society, and literally somebody has to travel across the plains and shake him to be like, bro, fucking chill. And he wakes up, and then he destroys all the people on the plane that aren't good people, kills the guy who started this whole shit over 8,000 years ago, named Gix. And now we learn about Yawgmoth, and if you gotta do a Yawgmoth slide now. He's the bad guy. If this was D&D, he'd be the big mad. He was the doctor to this race called the Thran, and they were just vibing. They like made machines and robots and stuff. He discovered this disease called phthisis, which is caused by power stone radiation. See, I put it in all caps, so it was a callback, and that's why I did the uranium rod thing too. And he like was like basically, hey, you could if you have a cough, it's the phthisis. You should go into exile. And he just like did that to all his political enemies, and it was like, fuck, that sucks. And then they banished him to Phyrexia, and he became a god. This is him as a people with no chest, and this wall in the background is him after he became ascended to godhood. Thumbs up, wall man. Anyway, this is modern times. Whatever. This is imminent bastardry right now. He starts 2 big important projects. The Polarian Academy, which is like a fucking cool magical school, that stuff, and he creates Karn, which is a silver golem that he can send in time. So when he does experiments, he can send him forward in time, and when he comes back, he can tell him if it's fucked up. Karn's legit, like he's a bro. He's legit. He also starts the Bloodline Project, which is kind of stinky because he's like, I don't want to do any fighting. I will breed super warriors because I'm immortal and can live forever. I'll just breed them so in the future they can fight. Pretty shitty at him, but whatever. A bunch of stuff. We'll talk about the Weatherlight next. Oh yeah, and the Phyrexians invade and destroy Teleria, which sucks. Here's cool people. Stuff I'm also skipping. Mortal people war, because everyone lives for a really long time if they have magic and Magic the Gathering. This is Teferi, he's cool, and this is Karn, he's a bro. Stuff I'm lightly glossing over. Urza's sad. He decides to build another Doomsday device. Oh, big shocker. And he builds a cool boat. And then he's like, fuck, I gotta buy time before my whole home gets destroyed. And he fucking kills Sarah and destroys her house just because he's like, bro, buy me some time. And she's like, no. And he's like, whatever, and collapses her plane on her, which fucking sucks. But he builds this weapon called the Legacy Weapon. It's stupid. This is some cool Weatherlight people. She's cool because she was a street urchin and now she's the captain. This is Gerard. He's a eugenics program guy. He's legit. We love Gerard. We stand Gerard in this house. And this is Hannah. She's cool. Everyone liked her. She's a really good card, really good abilities. This is the end of the story because this is where all of the bastardry comes to light. And I skipped over a lot of the bastardry, by the way, because there's just a shitload. The people begin to invade. They overlay their copy plane of the place. And Urza assembles a super group called Nine Titans. None of them are fucking important at all. They do have robot suits, though. Hannah dies of the plague, and then, the same year, someone cures all of the plagues. So that's pretty fucking terrible. Baron's a nice guy. Urza lets his family die, so he blows up an entire island, and then he dies, which that sucks because Urza was like, Urza, my family's dying, and he was like, get fucked, bro, and then his whole family dies, and he has to blow himself up. Some other shit's destroyed. They open up a really big loose end in the story when this forest is burned down. They're like, all these elves are mad. Whatever. These people go from one plane to another, and then Yawgmoth comes to Dominaria, but he's in the evil cloud mode. This guy, whose name was on a slide, who I didn't say earlier, he betrays everybody and kills two of these other dudes who are important, charging the soul bombs, which are doomsday devices that are caused by powered by human sacrifice, which is like, come on, man, Jesus Christ. So this Urza kills the guy who kills the other people, and then him and his buddy, his eugenics program bud, is captured by the Phyrexians, and then fucking they whisper sweet nothings into Urza's ears, and he's like, I'm gonna defect. So he spends fucking 4,000 years of his life fighting these guys to defect at the last second. Urza makes them dance for their amusement here in Phyrexian Arena. You can see that. And Gerard fucking cuts Urza's head off with a sword. Oh. It's pretty dope. He's like fight, and then cuts his head off. But because he's immortal, his head's still alive. And Gerard says, I'm gonna use your head to fire this weapon, and kills 4 or 5 billion people because that's just what Urza designs things to do, and he's a real bastard. That's the end. And next time for when the gang cleans up how Urza changes the entire fabric of existence and ruined everything. The end.
Oh, I love that ending.
Beautiful.
That's a lot of lore.
It was lore. I'm now open for questions.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Why does a card game have so much lore?
Because it's for nerds. Next question.
How
nerds love lore?
Is there books? Is it all through the cards? Is it?
Well, funny you say that, Jake. It is all through the cards because they wrote books and then never marketed them. So there was lore, and you literally had to go to a bookstore that had the books to find the lore and hope that it was for the part of the story the card game was in. So if your part of the lore wasn't explicitly stated in a quote text on the bottom of the card, you never found out the lore. So all that was from people finding the books and piecing the lore together from the cards.
This is some Five Nights at Freddy's shit at this point.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why I wish I could have done more pictures, but if I don't know what card I'm looking for what expansion, that picture just might as well not fucking exist. So I don't know if there's pictures for any of those other people I mentioned, because they're just fucking, I don't know. I just don't know where to even begin to look for it.
Well, good job.
Any other questions?
No.
I had a question halfway through, but there was so much information that I just forgot it.
I was really excited to share this one because he's just such a fucking dick. Like, what kind of person makes 6 doomsday devices in their lifetime?
Yeah, he really be vibing with the whole like end of the fucking world thing, right? Like he throws a temper tantrum and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna explode everything. Fuck you."
I mean,
Fuck your mom.
he literally started an ice age with a bowl. That's pretty fucking legit. But also, like, come on, man.
Logan, can
Anyway,
I eventually share this
yes.
presentation with a friend of mine who introduced me to magic?
Yeah, you can, on the stipulation that, I mean, they're going to hear this in the recording, on the stipulation that I cut out a bunch of stuff from the timeline to keep it brief.
I think I think he'll be fully aware from that. Like, it's just your presentation was very well thought out, and also like your dialogue itself is, as usual, top notch.
Thank you. It's now Michael's turn.
Oh fuck!
Don't you want your grade?
Oh yes, give me my F+.
It's an F because you didn't talk about the Eldrazi, even though I know the Eldrazi were
That's not even this coming next PowerPoint. That'd be
I know, but the Eldrazi are the best part of Magic by far, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, touched on that. That is cool because Jen did mention it. The Eldrazi are gigantic. Okay, so like between planes of existence, there's this place called the Blind Eternities, which people have described as imagine high-pitched screeching nonstop, and you're floating through TV static. And if you're not a planeswalker, it'll rip you apart and kill you. Except for these gigantic, like, geometric beings called the Eldrazi that hang out there and just devour anything that comes through it. And also sometimes come out to real worlds and just start, like, erasing the world. So, but that's, like, 2 PowerPoints away.
2 PowerPoints worth of lore.
I'm gonna wrap up his fucking horrible nightmare, whatever he did with himself, next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I just love the Eldrazi. They're really good cards, Logan.
They are really good cards. Cards so powerful that they'll never get reprinted the way they originally did.
Sorry, my neighbor with the big arms came home. I had to see.
AB.
Anyway, Michael.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Michael.
I'm sorry for the. Oh no, it's not doing the thing there. That's dope. Okay.
I liked it when it was doing the thing.
Why am I not able? Okay, there we go.
Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you see Warrior Cats?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Get through your fucking 140 goddamn slides.
All right. It won't be so bad. I hope. I really hope. Okay. Welcome everyone to my presentation, Warrior Cats, and why it's neither good or bad. A presentation by me, Michael, simping for Bloodhound, Michael, the last name decided by our good old friend Logan.
Jenna decided it. I copied it. I want the credit to go where credit's due.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Let me just get the puberty out of my throat. Warrior Cats. It's a highly successful book series written about feral cats who live in the forest or the lake territories, depending on where you are in the timeline. They follow something called the Warrior Code, and they live in something called clans. Now, that's it. That's my presentation. Except it's not psych. Because, as they say, I do not control the hyperfixation, and this entire ploy has been so you have to listen to what my brain has honed in on for like the past 3 months. So, what is a warrior cat clan? Well, there are 4 to 5 clans, depends. Thunder Clan, Shadow Clan, River Clan, Wind Clan, and sometimes Sky Clan. Sky Clan we often forget about because they're not actually there. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. They kind of retcon Sky Clan in. They like to forget that they did that. We'll get to that later. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They're named after the cats that started the clan, so that like actual elements would be a lot cooler because now the origin of Sky Clan comes from a cat called Clear Sky, which is dumb, but fine, whatever. They're led by a leader who has 9 lives from Star Clan. And I hear you ask, what is Star Clan? Don't worry, we'll get to StarClan. They're mostly run actually by the leader's deputy. The leader doesn't really do anything. They just sit there, look pretty, talk a lot. The deputy does the whole running the clan thing. Evident by the entire first book series, in which our protagonist has a nervous breakdown about every 5 seconds because he has to run the entire clan, and his leader is being a piece of shit. They have healthcare. They are insured by the medicine cats. The medicine cats basically have a fucking amazing power. They listen to StarClan. They interpret omens and signs from their ancestors. But also, they stuff everyone's faces with herbs and they can cure fucking really bad illnesses. At one point, they amputate a tail, and the cat in question's fine. Don't worry about it. It's totally cool. And every warrior cat clan has to do the most important thing, which is to follow the warrior code, which we'll come to later. What is StarClan? Well, my friends, StarClan is a clan in the sky, in the stars, existing of dead cats, specifically good cats. Except that's not really true, because an incel that threatened to kill 3 cats just for the sole reason of existing went to StarClan. Plus a cat that read a rebellion went to StarClan. So maybe cats that follow the warrior code, but the warrior code dictates that you have to follow whoever the leader is, and a whole bunch of cats there didn't do that, so we don't really know. Don't worry about it though. StarClan can send signs and omens and make clouds appear and lightning strike, and they give cats like a bunch of lives so they can rule the clans for a whole long time to come. But they actually are powerless to do anything. Truly, they cannot help any cat fulfill anything that they must do. Seriously, they are powerless. It's always the living cats that have to do everything. Honestly, they can't do anything. StarClan is powerless. Remember this. So, the Warrior Code. The Warrior Code is a set of rules that every cat must follow in the clan. So it's like warrior cat's Bible. Something, good manners, good etiquette. Something about keeping the harmony between all the clans. You must respect all the other clans, of course, but you must also hate them. So as soon as you see them, you say, "Wow, you Wind Clan traitor, get off our territory, or else I will kill you. I will slit your throat." Except you're not allowed to kill. But just die anyway. You must listen to your leader at all times, even if they are wrong. Very clearly wrong. Evident book 5 in the first series, where Fireheart says, "Wow, Blue Star, I sure don't think we should fight this battle, because you have no proof for why you want to battle Wind Clan. So I'm going to go to the Wind Clan camp and tell them that you want to fight them. So maybe make peace." And then she's like, "Fuck you, Fireheart. You are a piece of shit and I hate you." She also doesn't do anything to him because she's completely lost her mind at that point. All kids are sacred, so no matter where they are from, you must protect the children, except when you don't feel like it. Honey Fern let like a bunch of kittens just drown because she was angry at their mother. And she went to StarClan anyway, so it doesn't matter. But if you don't follow the warrior code, a big punishment's awaiting you, because you will go to the Dark Forest. Now, bad cats go here when they die. Bad is a very loose term. We mostly mean murderers at this point. A few good cats that have just stumbled upon this place for some reason, such as Flametail, who died. He was a good boy. He was a good, happy, wholesome boy. He died, and he was in like the Dark Forest at some point. And the Dark Forest spirit said to his trainee, "Hey, kill that cat." And he didn't kill Flametail because Flametail's brother, who was also practicing in the Dark Forest, said, "Whoa, dude, that's my brother. Don't kill him. You're supposed to be lonely forever in the Dark Forest. You're supposed to never see any other soul again." Except we ignore these rules for the majority of the series, where the Dark Forest all group together to fight against all the living cats. They are the primary antagonist for like half the series or so. Living cats cohere in their dreams. So sometimes when a cat is dreaming, a Dark Forest cat is like, "Hey kid, you want to be fucking strong?" And the young cat's like, "Wow, yes, I do. I want to prove myself to my clan." They're like, "Come, I'll teach you how to fight." And no cat questions this. And then they go with that cat, and they become basically recruited to do the Dark Forest's bidding. So now we're going in a very quick rapid overview of the books themselves. We start with The Prophecy Begins, where our good little buddy, our good friend Rusty the cat, is like, fuck living with humans and having food every day and being warm. I want to go be a warrior. And then he basically becomes Cat Jesus. He becomes the most important cat the clans have ever seen for absolutely no reason other than StarClan just decided he would be. The main series is about him versus the bad guy, Tiger Star, who wants to lead the clans, all the clans. The exact motivations for this are not clear. He just wants to be bad. And then, of course, Firestar prevails. But you'd think that Tiger Star and Firestar fight each other. They don't. Tiger Star gets killed by a new enemy called Scourge, who is the new bad guy for about 60 pages before he's brutally murdered by Firestar, and peace was all over the forest once again. Hooray. Then we move to the series 2, called The New Prophecy, because the old one wasn't good enough. It follows these 6 dinks: Squirrelflight, the red cat; Bramblestar, the one above her; his sister Tawny Pelt; Feathertail, Crowfeather, and Stormfur. You can forget the last 4 names; they are completely irrelevant for the remainder of the series. Squirrelflight and Bramblestar are kind of like the main thing after a bit of time. Squirrelflight is the daughter of Firestar. That's why she's important. Two Legs, the evil humans, are destroying the forest. So these cats set out to find themselves a new place to live. And they find it. They spend about 3 books faffing around to find it. And they find even another clan that's just living there for some reason. It's not Sky Clan. It's just another clan. Because fuck it. Then the remainder 3 books are the other cats slowly being killed by the forest destruction. And being like, I'm not sure if we should go there, though. And the other cats are like, yeah, but we're dying. And then the leaders are like, yeah, but I'm not sure if we should go there, though. And then they eventually decide that, yeah, we should go there. So they go there anyway, and there's the new place to live. And like the last book is some romance between Squirrelflight and Bramblestar, and how Bramblestar's totally not evil brother is actually evil. That's the second series. The third series, now we're actually getting to the good shit. The Power of 3 fucking slaps. The Power of 3 starts out with the kids of Brambleclaw and Squirrelflight, Jayfeather, Limeblaze, and Hollyleaf. They receive a prophecy. They are the kin of Firestar, so they will receive the power of the stars, and they'll fulfill an important destiny. And like the first few books are just basically them training and discovering their powers. That Jayfeather can walk in other cats' dreams. He's also blind. Lion Blaze cannot be hurt in battle, except that one time where his ear started bleeding. It's fine though. He has a scar in his ear, but he wasn't hurt, truly. And Hollyleaf. So at one point there's a fire. And Ashfur, Squirrelflight's ex, is like, Squirrelflight, you broke my heart. I'm totally not an incel, but I'm gonna kill your kids. And Squirrelflight's like, well, fuck them kids. They're not my actual kids. Whoa, shocker. They're actually the kids of Squirrelflight's sister, Leafpool. I unfortunately don't have a picture of her. Yeah, so these cats have a whole, like, fucking romping about their true parentage. And Hollyleaf is so broken up by the fact that she is not truly Squirrelflight's daughter. She kills Ashfur and then kills herself. Can I get an F in chat? She's also not actually dead. She comes back later, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Omen of the Stars. This is the longest series, mostly just because nothing happens for about 5 books. It focuses on new characters, Dovewing and her sister, Ivypool. Dovewing is, taking the place of the third cat in the prophecy. She can hear everything around her. She also has golden eyes. 1 book later, her eyes are blue. 2 books later, her eyes are green. They flop back and forth between green and blue for a little while, but we think they're green. Anyway, I forget what's on the next slide. Oh yeah, Firestar. These guys are going to fight at some point. Dovewing is now all kinds of important, and Ivypool feels left behind, so she starts training with the bad guy, and she becomes a spy. Except she feels kind of shitty because her sister is important and she isn't. So she becomes kind of bad, maybe, except at the end it turns out she's actually good. She convinces half of the other trainees to turn back to the good side, and they all fight against the Dark Forest. In the end, Firestar faces off against this big bad enemy whose spirit persists even in death, Tigerstar. They kill each other in a climatic final battle, which lasts about like half a page, which is really upsetting because at this point we've been with Firestar for about 24 books. Don't worry about it though. So then we get to Series 5, Dawn of the Clans, about how the clans came to be. They killed off Firestar and they didn't know what else to do with the series. It's lame. Whatever. We don't care. We were going to skip it. Vision of Shadows focuses on more different cats because we're on a new generation now. Everything's awesome now. We find 2 kittens, Twigpaw and Violetpaw. They are actually part of SkyClan, but their mother died, so now they are orphans, and no one knows about SkyClan yet because SkyClan was exiled a very long time ago, and now they're just never there. But because it was 2 different cats from 2 different clans that found them, they are split between the clans. Twigpaw becomes attached to Alderheart, who is the son of the actual son of Bramblestar and Squirrel Flight. And our good friend Violetpaw becomes attached to Needletail. Now, this book series is fucking dope as shit. A bunch of rogues come living in Shadow Clan, and they think they're going to like help the clans, but it turns out that Darktail is actually really fucking evil. And he starts killing cats for no reason. He even kills Needletail in front of Violetpaw, and Needletail's like, Violetpaw, you better fucking run now, and I'm going to just try and hold them off. And she fights 3 cats. It's dope as shit. Then Darktail dies. He drowns his own father in the lake, and his father's like, you're coming down with me. And he drags his son down into the lake with him, and they just fucking die. It's dope. And then the rest of the book is just politics because no one can agree with each other anymore. And then The Broken Code, which is the dopest series so far. It's currently ongoing. Bramblestar dies. He's possessed by a ghost. He starts influencing everything. Bristlefrost's Ivy Paw's daughter works as a spy. StarClan can't be reached. It's cool. Whatever. Then there's also 14 super editions, 21 novellas, 6 guidebooks. As you can see, there's a whole lot to read on Warrior Cats. We're just going to skip this because it's bullshit. But you might be able to tell from my tone in the earlier part of the presentation. Warrior Cats is flawed as hell, and in some areas, written extremely poorly. Such things as Morale of Laughter, die. Mewed instead of said is the predominant word in the entire book series. They can't decide if they want to be realistic with fantasy tones or just fantasy with realistic tones, but above all, it's inconsistent as fuck. Here's an example. Rock is a ghost. He's confined to some tunnels under Wind Clan, except he isn't. He continues to exit the tunnels all the fucking time. He even saves Jayfeather from drowning. Fades at the end of the last book of Omo of the Stars, and then he doesn't. Yellowfang tells Jayfeather the Dark Forest is rising. The very next fucking book, Jayfeather says to Yellowfang, wow, the Dark Forest is rising. Yellowfang has no fucking clue what he's talking about. I've realized it sounds like I hate warriors, and frankly, I definitely do on occasion. But I do like it, and that's because the stories are pretty fun. They are unapologetic about what they are trying to be. The characters are quite lovely if you squint hard enough. It makes me feel things. It's pretty creative, and cringe culture is dead. The community is fucking amazing. They have over 100 completed animation projects with really impressive animation, like Hellfire by Nightriser and Cherry Pepsi, with an excerpt here by Alex Harrier. And also, there's just a whole lot of gay ships in it. Like most people in the fandom disregard all the straight shit and bring in the gay shit. There's a character named Roanclaw who for about 4 series long is described as a female cat, and then suddenly he's male. So the community has adopted this as he is trans. there are complete retellings of the entire Warriors series, but now gay. There's a general love for things otherwise considered cringe culture in the community. Most of them are animal welfare activists or like people that do some kind of fucking degree in biology. I don't know. It's generally a good vibe, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. I want to give a special shout out to my buddy Domino Claw, this little funky dude, who fucking I think commissioned like over $10,000 worth of animations of his fan character Domino Claw and continues to support artists this way. And it's dope as fuck. In conclusion, Warrior Cats is pretty flawed, but the community's combined effort makes up for it. Sometimes you just like something and you don't really know why. Because as they say, you do not control the hyperfixation. Now, are there any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Go. Wow,
Yes.
that's too many. Fuck.
Yes, that's a good question.
Okay, who first? Who wants to go first?
Ciaran. Ciaran's gonna go soon.
Okay,
Okay.
Ciaran, go.
I can stay a bit longer. So they are warrior cats, right? So
Yeah.
they fight. Do
Yeah.
they fight with tools, or do
No.
they just like scrap?
They just scrap. They just scratch and bite and like.
Also,
yes.
how long are there? So there's a lot of books. How long is each book?
About 300 pages.
The fuck?
Damn, that's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot of words.
Yes. They are big.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
In the picture that was on one of the slides, there was something called the Thunder Path, which was very clearly a road. Is this
Yes.
like some
Yeah.
kind of apocalypse thing?
No, they
Cars?
they don't know what the fuck cars are. They call them two-leg monsters. And the Thunder Path is a road. They call a railroad a silver path and a train a thunder snake because it sounds like thunder when a car drives over it.
Wait,
Whereas
humans exist in this? I'm
humans-
so confused now.
Humans
Hey, so-
exist in this, and they are called
Cat.
they are called two legs, and cats fucking hate them. They are.
Yeah. And the first
question.
cat in the first book leaves his human family to be
So,
a
okay,
warrior
wait,
cat.
So
Yep.
are there domestic cats in this?
Yes, and they are
Yeah.
called
What?
kitty pets. And warriors
No.
warriors think they are so much better than the kitty pets. They're like
Yeah.
human slop, and they just sit there and be plush and fat, and they don't want to hunt, and they're not true cats. And
They
they
don't have to
sit
suffer.
there. Yeah, they don't want to fucking suffer in the cold and die every like 5 seconds. Fuck those cats. So yeah, yes, there
Okay.
are indeed pets and humans.
The official
Wow.
books, is it like multiple authors or one author or what?
Yes, I didn't specify this. It is under a pseudonym of Aaron Hunter, but it's like a team of writers, which is why it's so fucking inconsistent because no one agrees on everything. So that's why everything keeps going back and forth. There's like one person that makes the plot line of like the general arc, and then a team of writers just write the whole book.
Okay.
That's it.
Who's your favorite cat?
Crooked Star. I didn't mention him because he's not that relevant to like the entire thing. But Crooked Star. He's baby and I love him.
Why wasn't my cat in it?
Because your cat's
Because-
a kit toy, whatever the hell Mike just called it.
Kitty pet.
Yeah.
No, the one that Mike assigned me.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
who did I assign you again? Was it Barley? I think
Yeah.
so. Barley is not in it because he's not really like he doesn't do anything super
Wow.
plot heavy.
Just like me.
Ooh, sick
My
burn.
cat at least
Ooh.
dies.
No, I still love Barley. Barley is great, but I have to be condensed because if I talk about every single book at length, we're gonna be here until next fucking month.
As a teacher, I do have to say that we probably should move on because in addition to now this, Mike has been talking for 22 minutes.
Are you
Oh my
fucking
God,
kidding
really?
me? Are you
No,
fucking joking?
your presentation was 17 minutes and 36 seconds long, and
Kill
now it's
me!
for 5 minutes.
I do
so-
have one more question. It's gonna be very
Yes.
quick. How quickly did people realize that Darktail was evil? Because you don't walk into a new community like, hey, I'm Darktail, I'm totally a good guy. Like, no one's a good Galvan name like that.
Okay, so for further clarification, there was a prophecy that was like, cats hiding in the shadows. They are actually going to help you.
Oh.
So they all thought, oh shit, it's going to be these fucking rogues. And it turned out it was not those fucking rogues. Because, like, the entire first part is that Shadow Clan is fucking falling apart because their leader sucks ass at being a leader. And they're just like, oh shit, we're gonna accept help from these dudes. And Darkdale's like, actually, Roadstar, fuck you, and just overthrows him. And that's how the entire arc starts. But again, I had to condense it because 17 minutes and 37 seconds.
I thought it was like 5 minutes, to be
I
honest.
genuinely was.
I didn't think it was long either. It felt really quick.
Yeah, that was not
Fuck
a drag,
me.
Michael. You did a great job.
It's gonna feel like forever at this point.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Michael,
so
you're
your
up.
grade, Michael, is A++ for the actual presentation and F minus for time management. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, get ready for a whole movie.
I'm so glad I'm done.
I just say every plot point in this movie. Okay.
I'm very excited now.
Yeah.
oh no.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Is everyone looking at my screen?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
loading for me, but yes.
Everyone's looking at your screen, and everyone in the future is watching. Get ready.
Sick.
God, I
Okay.
can't wait to pause on all their tabs.
I have my actual written thing on my phone.
Oh
It's
god, I just winged it. I was
That's impressive. I wrote everything down. Because I watched the movie and just wrote every plot point.
Holy shit, Mac. Now I have to disconnect because it's just saying whatever. Fuck you. Hang on.
Okay. But you guys can see my presentation, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Jenny, you ready
All
with
right.
that clock? Because I want to know how long this one is, too.
Oh no,
Okay.
I've got it.
Get ready.
We're ready to
Alright.
go.
Okay.
Go.
Ready? Okay.
Yes.
Hello. So I'm going to talk about Ginger Snaps today and why it's the best werewolf film in parallel to puberty. And actually, I'm going to ignore that sub thing that I wrote because I just gave every plot point. Okay. So Ginger Snaps is about two sisters. Oh, also trigger warning for blood and menstrual stuff. And there's no big gore, just healed wounds and lots of. Okay. So it's about two sisters, Bridget and Ginger. Bridget's 15, Ginger's 16, and Bridget skipped a year so that she's in the same grade with Ginger. These two are attached at the hip, and they have all their classes together, and they're super goth, into death stuff, literally made a death pact when they were 8. So if one dies, the other follows. That's the whole thing. And they are the weird kids and are disliked by most other students, especially the popular girl, Trina. Trina, for some reason, brings her big dog to school. It's not a service animal. Also important to note, this movie came out in 2000 and in Canada. Trina is a bitch. And I don't have photos for this, so I'm just going to read it. So she's a bitch. During gym class, she pushes Bridget, the younger sister, into the corpse of a dead dog on the field. And they're playing field hockey. And the popular guys are watching and making sexual comments as the girls run. Oh, watch the boob bounce or whatever. And Ginger, the good sister she is, wants revenge. And so while they're chilling right here, they make the plan that they're going to kidnap Trina's dog and they're going to make it look like whatever's killing the dogs in their neighborhood killed her dog. Because they have these fake guts from a presentation they did. And so they're all doing that. This is Jason. Fuck that guy. He's in a lot of early 2004 films. He's a great actor, actually. So he comes over to Ginger while they're leaving and is like, yo, you wanna fuck? And she's like, no, as they leave. And while they're leaving, a van pulls into the popular kids, and it's the local greenhouse owner who sells weed to the kids. They get home, and you find that their parents are super normal. And at dinner, Ginger is rubbing her lower back, and her mom's like, what's happening? What's the pain about? And Ginger's like she explains it, and she's like, I think you're having cramps, because neither of the sisters have ever had a period. That's not good. It's been 3 years past menstruation, all right? So the mom's excited, right? And that night, their parents leave, and they decide, let's go get the dog and do this whole thing. And while they're at, so while they're at the park, Ginger starts bleeding, and they also found a dead dog, and I think it's Trina's, but it's not Trina's, right? So she starts actually bleeding, and then she calls it the curse, and I'm like, girl, don't I know it? And so she then gets attacked as they go to leave to go home once they find that dead dog. And Bridget goes to run after her sister, trying to get her sister back, hits the monster with a Polaroid camera that she has. While they're running away, the monster follows them and gets like hit and obliterated by the weed guy's van, right? They get home, the parents are gone. Bridget helps clean the scratch wound from Ginger and find that it's already healing. Bridget cracks open while Ginger's asleep, cracks open her camera to find a picture of what attacked them.
What's up, dude?
So Jason keeps trying to fuck Ginger, and he's like, oh, he sees her buying tampons. It's like, you know what helps cramps? Weed. And so they go and toke up in Sam's van, and Bridget's outside the van, and Sam comes up, and she goes, what did you hit? And he's like, well, officer, it looks like lycanthrope to me. And she's like, oh, I know what fucking lycanthrope is, idiot. And then this is the wound. It has now started growing hair. They find that later. And they're like, that's not good. And Ginger refuses to believe she's turning into a werewolf. She's like, it's just hormone. Because that's normal. They don't know what's happening.
I mean, as someone on testosterone.
Hey, it works. But while they're looking at that wound, she's bleeding like crazy. And so they go to the nurse. And the nurse is like, oh yeah, that's totally normal. That's all cool. Bridget's like, yo, is hair and pain normal? And the nurse is like, totally. And Bridget's really asking about werewolf shit, but she don't know. And then the nurse, while they're leaving, gives them condom because safe sex. And then, while their mom's at home doing laundry, she finds blood-soaked underwear, and that night makes Ginger a cake to celebrate. So then, they go and argue downstairs because Ginger thinks Bridget told her mom, and she's like, you know I don't talk to Pam like that. And because they don't call her mom. They're cool kids, and they hate their parents. And so, Ginger still refuses to believe she's turning into a werewolf with all this like hair and weird shit happening. And Bridget's like, something's wrong because you're doing drugs and hanging out with guys and you don't like people. And then while Ginger doesn't know, Bridget starts like researching menstrual cycles and like tracking Ginger's period and like researching werewolves and stuff. And you find out that her next period is going to be on Halloween. So, crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, Ginger is changing and growing hair. Like, she's always shaving her legs and stuff. But now, and she's also becoming super detached from Bridget. And now, Ginger's hot. And so she starts wearing form-fitting clothes, because before she wore baggy shit. And so now she's like, hell yeah, I love attention, and I'm hot. And she got these cool silver streaks in her hair, and that's sick. And she starts flirting with Jason, and like Bridget is outcasted. Look at her, so sad. But then look at them, they're just in the field, like just like that. That's gross. Afterwards, they go to the van by Sam, and like Trina's dog freaks out at Ginger because she's a werewolf, and like Ginger just straight up kicks the dog. And Bridget drops all her stuff and drops a Polaroid in the process, and they run away. And then Sam's like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, I found your Polaroid, what's up? And she's like, I gotta go. And like, she bounces, she's like, fuck Sam. And then, yeah, while Ginger is asleep that night, Bridget takes a look at her back and finds a little tail. Look at that. And then she's like, I should go talk to that dude again. And so she goes to the greenhouse. It's like, yo, I'm turning into a werewolf. She's not saying her sister, she's like, I'm turning into a werewolf. And she's like, it's not at the full moon, it's like slowly over this like kind of cycle. And they're like, all right, let's try and find a cure. So that's what they're gonna do. And then Ginger, while being horny and shit, decides to fuck Jason. And like that happens. And she thought she wanted sex, but really she goes and kills a dog. Because that's normal stuff. So Bridget pierces Ginger's belly button, and don't look at that. Bridget pierces the belly button and gives her a pure silver ring, hoping it like fixes something in the blood. The next day, Jason has weird pot marks on his face and is like, I fucked Ginger, and she rocked my world and all that stuff. And that's cool. I can't remember what the next slide is. Hold on. Okay. And so So Sam arrives at school, wants to talk to Bridget, and they're at field hockey. And Trina has like a thing for Sam and gets really mad when he calls for Bridget. And she goes over and is like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't talk to me at school. I'll see you later." And so that's what happens here. Look it up. Look how it stands. Okay. Look how it stands. And so later, okay, I think the next slide is what I think it is. Yeah, so Jason starts peeing blood because they had unprotected sex. They had unprotected sex, and now he is turning into a werewolf as well, and that's why he pees blood for some reason. And so Ginger goes with Bridget to talk to Sam, and they learn about monkshood, which they think could be used to like help lycanthropy, right? And Ginger's like, "Fuck Sam, he just wants to like have sex with you. Also, does he know you're growing a tail and eating a dog?" And she's like, "Get the fuck out of here, Ginger." And she's like, "Bye." And so Ginger goes home to shave her legs, and like she finds a dew claw growing.
Ew.
And then
Oh, no.
and then her mom comes in and like she closes the shower curtain, and like her mom sees like these like girl magazines. It's like, "You're not fat, honey. Like, don't think about that." And she's like, "Get the fuck out, Pam." So Pam leaves. Pam is just doing her best as a parent. And so her parents leave again for something, and then Trina comes over. She's like, "Where's my dog? I saw Ginger with my dog." And so Ginger grabs Trina, brings her inside. They spill some milk onto the ground. Uh-oh. And then while struggling, she falls and dies. And so they're like, "Uh-oh, we gotta do something with this." So they move her, and then they have time to move her but not clean up. And their parents come home, and they pretend that they're filming something, like taking pictures of a death scene. And their mom's like, "I told you no more deaths in the house." And so, they let her mom goes to put something in the freezer. They put Trina in. She's like right here. She almost sees her, but they're like, "Uh-oh." But Bridget comes up with the clutch. "What do boys want?" And her mom's like, "You never asked." And they sit down for a really long time to talk about it. And so later they go and like chip her out of this like ice thing. Ignore that. Chip her out of the ice box and bury her in the garden house, right? And so they're like, "Okay, we killed someone. Uh-oh, we need to." Oh, and they also dropped some of her fingers like in the garden. I think.
Are her eyes open again now?
They were open before. See, they're still
yeah,
open.
okay.
Yeah. They look wider though. When they chip her out, they break some fingers off and they accidentally drop it in the yard. And then so they bury her in their garden house. And then Bridget's like, "Okay, we need to run away. We have to make sure they don't think we're connected to this. You're gonna not go to school, and you're also not gonna stay home. Like, we're gonna make them think you're sick, and mom think you're at school." And so Bridget goes to school alone, and while she's alone at school, Jason aggressively takes her into a janitor's closet to start questioning her because he's clearly turning into a werewolf. He's like, "Why am I growing a tail? Also, I killed my dog last night. Uh-oh." And then a janitor saves her life by coming in. He's a good guy, and I like this man. He deserves better than what happens to him. And then so school calls home and it's like, "I heard that you didn't go to school, and also they want to talk to you because you had a fight with Trina at school." And then Bridget gets caught by her mother, and she explains that Ginger just like fought Trina for her because Trina was bullying her, and also she finds out her mom has monkshood, and it's like, "Can I borrow this?" And so she goes downstairs to find Ginger trying to cut off her tail, and she's like, "No, we got this. I know what to do." And so that night, she goes to bed with a bat in her hand, just in case something happens. And then when Ginger wakes up in the morning and goes to the bathroom, she locks her in. She's like, "You're staying in there, and I'm going to go figure out the cure. So I'll be back." And Ginger, I guess, is claustrophobic because she does not want to stay in there. She's like, "Get me out." She's like, "No." So Bridget goes back to the greenhouse to talk to Sam. They make up some liquid concoction of monkshood, and Ginger's just freaking out. She's freaking out in the bathroom. She hates it. And so when she gets back, she finds out Ginger's gone. Uh-oh. Ginger goes to school, and then she goes to the guidance counselor's office because she flashes some kids, and the teacher sees it. And he's like, "No, don't do that. It's cool. Thank you." And so while Bridget goes to go find Ginger at school, Jason is attacking this kid that looks like a dog, and then he attacks her, and she wastes the injection on him. But then it seems to work because he like chills out, and he's like, "I got a class to go to." And it's like, okay. And so she gets to school, and she finds Ginger killed the guidance counselor, and she's changing. Like, look at that cool eye she has now, crazy. And so while they're at school and like talking about this, her mom, they find the fingers in the yard, and the mom's like, I don't think those are fake. Like, she internally is like, something's wrong. She puts them in like a Tupperware, puts them in the fridge, saves them. And then Bridget goes to get cleaning supplies, and then the janitor walks into the guidance counselor, and then fucking Ginger attacks him, so rude, and then she does like a final blow on him and kills him. He deserves better than this. And Ginger wants Bridget to like be with her, but Bridget's like, I don't want to. And Ginger's like, we made a death pact. I said I'd die for you. Bridget goes, actually, you said you'd die with me because you had nothing better to do. And that Ginger did not like that, so she kicks her and goes to the party without her. And so Bridget now has to find a way to get to the party. And so, their mom also goes and digs in the garden house and finds dead Trina. And so it's like, okay, so Bridget trying to get a ride. Her mom picks her up, gives her the fingers, and it's like, let's go to the greenhouse. So her mom drives her there. Ginger, now more transformed, goes to find Sam, and she wants to fuck him because that's what she thinks he wants to do with Bridget. And so she goes to fuck him, and then they do a little bit of kissy-kissy, even though he's like saying no, she's like pushing him down. He's like, no, I don't think so. But then he goes, no, and then he pushes her down. Also, look at this. She's getting dog titties. Okay. And then they arrive at the party, like the mom and Bridget, and the mom's like, I don't want anyone to take my girls, and I'm not gonna let them, and tomorrow I'm gonna fill the house up with gas, and I'm gonna light a match, and we're gonna have a fresh start, just as girls. And she goes, what about Dad? And she's like, he won't understand. He'll just blame me. And she's like, okay. And so Bridget goes inside, and Sam pushes her off before they really do anything, and he goes to like pick her up. He's like, oh, get up, like stop being a little whiny bitch. And then she breaks his arm, and he's just in pain. And Bridget comes in and is like, what the fuck, you bitch? You're trying to hurt everyone that I know. Or like, if you're going to do that, fine. And so Bridget slices her hand open and then slices Ginger's open. And then they like make another death pact, basically. And so now Bridget's going to turn into a werewolf because they swap blood. And all this dude can do is yell, no, don't. It's a little death pact, right? And so she is able to get Ginger to come with her because now Ginger thinks she's, together with her. And she's like, yeah, let's go to the house, right? But then Sam, not knowing her plan, smacks Ginger with a shovel. Like, fucking knocks her out with a shovel. And Bridget gets really mad. And so they put her in the car and they drive to the house. Like, the mom goes inside, like, trying to find the girls. And they just kind of ditch their mom, right? They put her in the van. Ginger transforms even more. Yeah, even more. It gets worse. And but when they get to the house, she escapes from the van. She does a little switcheroo. And so while she's like running around the house where they don't know her, they're grabbing stuff, monk's hood, like a spoon, liquid, all that stuff to make to make a new injection. There we go. And he's like, you can't move because of the blood. I'll go do it even though I got a broken arm. But then he gets grabbed out, and you see all this blood on the side, and like he gets attacked. Bye, Sam. And then so Bridget goes, I gotta go find this, and then find Sam like that. And she's like, oh no. She finds the injection, drops the injection, and then it's like, I'm gonna get Ginger's approval, and she starts crawling on all fours and starts eating Sam's blood, but then she like throws up and goes, I don't want to do this. And then Ginger gets mad and kills Sam fully. And see, this is where they're eating blood together. He's alive at this point, right? Just sad, staring at her.
So much.
And so then Bridget runs away, grabs the injection, like the werewolf Ginger trying to attack her. She's able to grab the injection and get to their bedroom where the knife she took from Ginger earlier is, and now she has both like in her hands, like ready to go. She's like, "Do you want the injection?" And then Ginger's like, "No," and basically jumps on Bridget, but then Bridget stabs her, and then she dies. The end. That's the movie. That's all the movie.
Matt,
how it
that was a
ends?
nightmare.
That's how it ends.
What the fuck? I have many questions.
My mouth was
No.
open the entire time.
No questions.
No,
not allowed
no.
to-
Hey.
You gotta have a question period. There's
How
gotta
long
answer
was
some
that?
questions.
I got some news, everyone.
How long?
How long?
A new champion has arrived.
Wow.
No.
Just slightly longer.
Oh my god. It again didn't feel like 17 minutes.
For the
I was
record,
like, I couldn't believe
definitely
it was going on the entire time. I was like, what
I
the
did-
fuck is happening?
I'll be honest. I was completely lost. Like about two seconds in, I was like, okay, so yep.
for those watching in
You
the
didn't
future,
understand my very succinct plot point?
for those watching later on, the time on Mac's presentation was 17 minutes 53 seconds, which is about 20 seconds longer than Mike's.
We
So-
have it in the chat.
Well, this is a video that I wasn't looking at the chat for, just the. So I was saying it
Just
out
really
loud.
really had to take it in. Hey, I took down a 2-hour movie into 18 minutes, so I'm pretty
That's
impressed.
As long as what the fuck?
Well, it's like hour 48, so I'm just like rounding up.
Where did you find this movie?
That was such
I will
a
send you
nightmare.
a link.
I don't know if I want to
It's-
watch it. I'm
I
just
quickly
curious.
googled it just to see like the IMDb score. It's actually really high.
It's a good movie. Like, it's actually like the filming of it is like fantastic. Here's where I watched it earlier.
I have one question.
What's
Just
that?
one question.
Uh-huh.
Is it like meant to be creepy or is it a creepy comedy?
I mean, it's a horror film. Like, it's for sure a
Oh.
horror film. Yeah. But I mean, it's like 2000s horror. Like, let's be real.
I guess you're right. I guess you're not wrong.
There's two other movies. There's two other Ginger Snaps movies.
No.
There's a sequel with Bridget, right? But listen, there's a sequel to Bridget. It's not very good. And then the third movie is the first Ginger Snaps movie, but like in a different decade.
Wow.
Like
Yikes.
in the 1500s or some
Snaps
shit.
Back at the beginning.
Wait,
Yeah, but it's
1500,
the same
a different
girls.
century?
Century, yeah.
Century Canada.
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
No.
But
Oh,
like
mother.
the first one is actually legitimately very good, and that's why I was like, maybe we should just watch the movie together.
We should watch it for Halloween.
I don't
Yeah,
want
the
to watch
camera,
that movie,
the
I don't
camera
think.
angles are so good. Like they have
I
really
wanna
good
watch
camera
that movie.
angles.
Can we watch for Halloween? Can we watch this movie and Mothman Prophecies?
I would like that.
Sakes.
Any more questions?
No, that was just a nightmare.
So that- it's just 17 minutes of rambling about a hyperfixation, and it went well.
Yeah, what's my grade? Bad.
Good question. I mean,
What can you rate this on? You know, like what am I rating?
once again, F minus for time. Like,
Hey,
like,
we
you
knew it was
can't-
gonna take a while.
we knew it was going to take a while, but at the same time, these were supposed to be 5 minutes long.
Listen,
I can't do that.
You two combined would
When
put
I said
35.
a little bit of leeway for like over 5 minutes because many people, I wasn't expecting 40 minutes across two. I was expecting like 15 across like a two. Like I was like, oh,
honestly,
couple of
though,
8
honestly,
minutes.
when I went through my shit, I thought I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over by like 4 to 5 minutes. I didn't. The fact that I went on for 17 and a half minutes absolutely stunned me.
Hey,
I did not realize.
I told you, like, after my really fast reading at 11 minutes, I was like, it's probably gonna come out to be like 20 minutes. If I
You
talk
were
a
not
little bit
wrong.
slower. Yeah.
We somehow have spent more time on 4 presentations than we did last time on like 6.
I think there were only 5 last time.
I mean, still, I think we went for 40 minutes total last
Very
time.
important things to talk about.
I can actually check the length of the video.
Check the link to that video, EB, because I have to do chores now after this. I thought we were gonna be done by like 2:15.
What kind of chores do you gotta do on a Saturday evening, bro?
I have my
Yeah,
parents are
Lolo.
moving in. I have to move stuff in.
Your parents are moving
So-
in?
Yeah, my parents moved back from their house up north because they lived separately. They moved back to the house that I grew up in. So we're
Oh,
moving all
I
the
thought they're
stuff
moving with
in.
you.
No, they're moving back into my childhood home, and we have a bunch of stuff we have to move around and stuff. Like there's painters here today, that's why I had to be here. So I thought we were gonna get like an hour's worth of fucking Among Us time in, but I'm just out of time.
So, well, then let's Among Us tomorrow.
So here's
okay, but you
here's
have to make the announcement.
I'm at work tomorrow.
Ah,
and then I
fuck's
have
sake.
to-
wait, real
like, all
quick,
day.
real quick.
Yes.
So last month's presentation video length was 1 hour and 14 minutes. The video is currently sitting at 1 hour and 14 minutes. We have done
No.
the exact length.
Wow.
It'll be a bit longer because we have a bit more. I'll probably end the video in about 30 seconds. So it'll be at like 1:15, but still.
Oh, Alex doesn't even know. Alex commenting in voice channel text like they're ever gonna be sassy about it. Like I don't even know. You
No,
don't
they didn't listen to the whole movie from me.
even know.
AB, I'm begging you to upload that.
I'm so sorry.
I wasn't gonna keep. What do you think? I'm gonna keep this for myself?
No,
Yes.
I mean as fast as you can, because
Yeah,
What
we're
the-
still waiting on the
Good,
mic Among
good
Us
thing I
number two,
didn't.
so.
Good thing I didn't
Yeah,
slap
I'm-
together a Lakes one, huh?
Yeah, I was,
To try to fill time. What an idiot.
The only reason I was like, because you're like, let's chat for time. And I was like, I think we should be okay with just 4 presentations. We can go a couple minutes longer. It's just not. I don't know.
I love that. Wait,
Sorry.
Paulbot knew. He knew. That's why he was
Mhm.
saying no to you and Alex.
He knew.
He knew. Dear God, he knew.
Okay. Anyway, someone's gonna make the announcement in the general or games about how Among Us has been moved because I've got other stuff to do.
I'm gonna close out the stream, the recording real quick. Does the teacher want to say any closing words?
Yeah.
Y'all are animals. Everybody, pizza party tomorrow. Sub's gonna be coming in.
Oh, sick!
Gotta
Don't-
take a
Watch-
break.
Can we watch
Yeah.
Ginger Snaps?
He's gonna put on ginger snaps and just fucking chill in the break room. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't